Hey guys, welcome to the Fans Voice. Today I am joined by my daughter. I don't mind hers, she's just taking a little nap. But I'm going to talk a little bit about Pittsburgh, what they've done, and I'm going to do another mock draft for them because I came up with something that I like a lot better than the either just trading up or staying put. It does involve some trading, and I think it would be a really good idea considering they do have a lot of draft picks this year. All right. Start off with Pittsburgh made a lot of moves into free agency. Something they haven't done. It's like since I've been watching them and been a fan of them. But they went and traded for Michael Pittman Jr. Got him and Pittsburgh got him in a 7th round pick, and Pittsburgh got a 6th round pick. And then they restructured his contract, 3 years, $59 million. So they're getting a good wide receiver too for less than $20 million. Now Pittsburgh's got a good wide receiver combo with him and Metcalf on top of us having Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington. So I think the pass catchers are set pretty nicely. And for whatever quarterback's going to be back there this year, I think they're going to be really happy. The only thing Pittsburgh really, they need to fix a little bit on the offensive line. Nothing too serious. I mean, it's serious, but not as bad as, let's say, the Browns or the Bengals. But then, we picked up Rico Dowdle. That was a really good pickup to replace Kenneth Gainwell. We got Jamel Dean, who is coming off of a really good year. In the last 2 years, he's only allowed 1 touchdown. And in the last 2.5, 3 years, so I think it's 14, almost 1,500 snaps, JPJ has only allowed 0 touchdowns. So we got really good cornerback 1 and 2. I think they're going to be pretty locked down, and they're both physical, tall cornerbacks. And then we also picked up Darnell Savage. I think he's just going to be more of a rotational safety. And then, especially since he's older. And then, as long as Deshaun Elliott is back, we will be good on our strong safety because he is an absolute monster. I really like him. Really good tackler, good blitzer. He's pretty good in coverage too. And then we signed Drisker, the Bears safety. He was with the Bears for his first 4 years, and now Pittsburgh's got him. I really like that. He is a good free safety, a good safety to cover the back end. And him and JBJ also used to play together over at Penn State. So there's already a good chemistry going on between those two. I like being able to see that there's some chemistry going on because then communication is going to be really good. Everybody will know what's going on. They could just essentially just look at each other and then bam, they have an idea on what to do. And then Jalen Ramsey is still going to be there, so he'll be able to to do some safety stuff as well on top of being a slot corner. Honestly, I think we're pretty much set there. Oh, and don't forget Asante Samuel Jr. The dude is really good too. He did really good with Pittsburgh. With a little bit of time that he played with them. So Pittsburgh did a lot. They filled in a lot of holes that was needed. Sadly, Isaac Sumulo went and signed with the Cardinals, but that's okay because I think have an idea what their plan's going to be looking with what they've done in the free agency and with them having a lot of draft picks. I think I have a good idea. Start off with quarterback situation too. Pittsburgh definitely wants Aaron Rodgers back. Rodgers hasn't really said anything about it, but I'm pretty sure they made it very tempting for him to want to come back. If he doesn't come back, I think Pittsburgh's just going to roll with Will Howard because they believe in him. They think they got a quarterback in him, along with Mike McCarthy being pretty good with unlocking some QBs, or at least having that QB be good when he's there. I think it's either Aaron Rodgers, if not Will Howard, and then no matter what, they're still going to bring in a guy probably in the draft to round out the quarterback room. Be the third string of quarterback because Mason Rudolph's going to be number 2. With that being said, here is my new mock draft for Pittsburgh that I did. All right, guys. So as you see, I traded back up into the first round with Seattle. My line of thinking with it is Pittsburgh's got a lot of picks, like I've already said 2-3 times, and they can use that to trade up. Seattle only has 4 picks in this draft. So if Pittsburgh comes in there, they offer something like this, give them more draft picks because Seattle didn't really lose anybody aside from Kenneth Walker. but they've retained most of their players. So all they got to do is fill in some holes that they're at, that, that was their weak points. On top of, now they do need an edge rusher. Now they can get a pretty decent one at pick 53, like Cassius Howe or Zion Young. And they don't got to worry about him just coming in there and being a monster, because, it's still a pretty good team already as it is. But anyways, talk about Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh gets pick 32 in return, which essentially giving up 3 picks to get back into the first round. Granted, it's pick 32, but still, I like it because we still get it first round talent. But Pittsburgh needs to fill in their offensive line, so that's why I grabbed Ole Vega, guard out of Penn State, to help fill in that left guard spot that Isaac Similo has left vacant. He's really good. He's like the best interior O-line in this draft. And they went and got Denzel Boston at pick 32. I think he's really good. He's a good sized bodied guy, and might as well get a weapon, trade up for a good weapon, because who knows how long Pittsburgh's going to keep either one of the other 2 receivers above, because things happen. I like them both. I still think it's really good pick, really good wide receiver 1 and 2, but it doesn't hurt to have multiple good wide receivers and get a guy that can come in there and be the future wide receiver 1 with Denzel Boston. And then I got Drew Shelton, offensive tackle, Penn State. We've been having some struggles with our left tackle. I don't think Dylan Cook is exactly the answer. I'm not going to hold my breath for that. I think Drew Shelton can probably come in here and at least provide a good backup and maybe eventually start really good blocking left tackle. I believe that he can come in and honestly probably start. Granted, we'd have 2 rookies on the left side, but they already know how to work with each other, as you can see, both from Penn State, and they played right next to each other. Next up, grab Devin Moore, he's a really good corner. He's really good in coverage. He's tall, lanky, physical corner as well. So very similar to JPJ. He can come in, be a rotational guy, and maybe one day be able to play across from JPJ for the long run. And then 135, I got Dante Corleone. Need to shore up the interior D line. Waited a little bit on this one because I knew I liked this guy, and I knew I could get him in the middle of the draft. So he's this nose tackle that has a pass rush ability. I really like him. And it's really rare to get somebody like that. Next up, I grabbed Lewis Bond, wide receiver from Boston College. He's 5'11", 195 pounds. Really good route runner. He's got really good hands. He has like a 2.7% drop rate, so really, really good. I just realized I went and got a bunch of Penn State guys. Not trying. I'm actually an Ohio State fan, so it kind of hurts a little bit. Anyways, but I wanted to go to Rowler. It was like at that spot, I saw him or Klubnik. I like Drew Rowler better. He can come in and be that third QB. Needs to develop some edge. If he's QB3, he can easily just sit back, watch, learn, take notes. Especially if Aaron Rodgers is there, then that's another person that can essentially. Well, he's just going to be a backup, but he can definitely learn a thing or two from Rodgers and McCarthy. With Pittsburgh not re-signing Connor Hayward, they need a tight end 3, and them also releasing John O. Smith. Grab Nate Orkacher out of Texas A&M. He is more of a blocking kind of guy, which is perfectly fine. He's tight end 3. I don't expect to have him come out and running these routes, and probably just some check downs. That's about it. But come in there, he could be your sixth blocker. I mean, he's not like the super athletic freak or the super giant guy, but he's a good sized tight end, and he's a blocker. That's all I asked for from a tight end 3. And then I got defensive line again. Xavier Harris. He is a massive, massive human being. So the reason why I got him, gonna take 2, 3 guys to block him because it's so big. He's like 6'8", 330 pounds. Let's just plop him down and be like, all right, just don't let these guys move you. And it's not going to happen. Here, that's my mock draft. I like this one the best. Gives us a really good, in this case, wide receiver 3, and a nice slot guy with Lewis Bond, especially with Calvin Austin being gone. Getting the best out of the picks, getting some good quality guys. Maybe some of them might think is a reach, but I think the talent's there, and I really like these guys at these spots. I think, when it comes to quarterback, the 7th round is a good spot. 7th round, 216, 6th round. But I like the idea of Aaron Rodgers, and I also like the idea of rolling Will Howard. You won't know what you got until he's in there. Let me know what you guys think of this draft, and like and subscribe, and I'll talk with you guys later.